Hey, it's your boy Dre off the top here. Gonna say thank you for the last couple months of you guys listening to the show. They are by far the best months we ever had on Fine Time as far as listens go and downloads. Like, we don't really count numbers around here. That's not really what we're about. Since this isn't our job, it's not something we really have to worry about. We just like the people who listen, or appreciate the people who listen, rather. Well, like and appreciate, I guess. But these last 2 months have been through the roof. So thank you. Please keep rating and reviewing us. We've been seeing some more of those on Apple Podcasts, where I think it matters the most. That's where most of our listener base is anyway. So it's as it seems by looking at said numbers. So definitely keep doing that. Spotify is doing weird shit with like, here are some counts for how many people listen to your shit, which is like weird, like it's YouTube now, so it's kind of embarrassing. So help us get those numbers up, okay? We don't want to be embarrassed in front of our peers, Steve.
Yeah, Giant Bomb's back now. We don't want to be slacking against them.
I mean, come on, man. Isn't that right, Kevin? Kevin? Fuck. Where is he? God damn it. It's just you and me, I guess. Let's start the show.
Step into video game land. Welcome to Fine Time.
Hello, party people. It's your boy Dre, and it's my boy Steve.
Happy to be here.
It is not my boy Kevin, because, well, he is not happy to be here. I'm sure he's happy to be somewhere else, though.
Based on what he was telling us, I don't think he's happy to be where he is.
No, he's not, actually. I think he'd much rather be here. I can assure you of that. But yeah, that's okay. Just the Americans today. Rah, rah, USA. Don't really feel like saying that these days, or any other days, really, but especially not these days. But hey, it is what it is.
A cheeseburger is evergreen. Well, they're not usually green, but you know what I mean.
There will be a green cheese. Oh, didn't your fabled Burger King have a red bun before? Right? Like they tried to do the Angry Whopper again, but it had a red bun.
The last time they did the Angry Whopper, it had a red bun, and it was ill-advised.
Did it taste bad, or was it like stale, or just?
It was a stale bun. It had a hot sauce thing going on in there, but maybe if the rolls were fresher, it might have been okay. But they're like, "Yep, red buns."
That's always, this is always my problem with Burger King, is that I hate their buns. Doesn't matter if they're fresh or not. Then again, I mean, I've rarely had a stale bun from a fast food place, but even if I have, like, man, I just can't get down with the Burger King bun. So like, maybe, I don't know, maybe the red color will give me some life.
Those potato rolls they had for the Addams Family ones were real good, but they're gone now, obviously.
Can you tell me what the deal was with, like, I guess maybe what the deal is, if they still have them, with chicken fries? Are they like quote unquote chicken in the shape of a like French fry? Like, what is the deal?
I think it might have seen a chicken like on a farm passing by on a road trip once. Because somehow they even taste less like chicken than a chicken nugget does.
Wow.
They are not very good, and they are like pricey for what that is.
Kids like them, I guess, huh? That has to be the reason.
I don't know if kids like them either, because it's not like they come with the kids meal. The kids meals still come with those crown-shaped nuggets. I don't know if you've ever seen those.
I don't think so.
Well,
like
McDonald's
the Burger King crown?
Well, the McDonald's has those distinct shaped nuggets. The Burger King nuggets, they all just look like crowns through a mold. They like...
Okay.
You get it? Because it's the Burger King. And
I remember when I was a kid, we'd go to Carl's Jr. and they had star-shaped nuggets, like the famous star.
Yeah, all right.
But that's the only, like, particularly shaped nuggets. Like, obviously, McDonald's ones have shapes, just because that's how they roll.
There was something I saw on History Channel when my folks were flipping through, and they were talking about how they made the nugget, and they all they have 4 shapes, and they all have names. I'm like,
really?
Yeah, and I forgot them all right now.
I would love to know what the McNugget names, real or fake. That would be.
Well, there's 4 of them. That wouldn't be a very long game.
I don't know. I mean, look, if I have 4 fake ones, like that's 8. That's 8 guesses. That's 8 things. That's a healthy size game. All right, fine. We'll talk video games. Shit. Sick of my bullshit.
Let's just stick with what we know.
Are you sure we know video games? Because I'm not so sure.
People shouldn't ask us about video games, Andre.
No, they shouldn't. Well, maybe they should, because I would love to tell them about Slitterhead.
More like Shitterhead. Oh, wait, I made that joke last week.
Wow, shut up while the music's playing, okay? Shush. So, Slitterhead, Steve. This came out last fall. I want to say October, November, like spoopy season, right?
Did it?
Yeah, I feel like it was about then.
I'll take your word for it.
I feel like it was roughly 6 months ago. Anyway.
Because I feel like it was one of those things where I'm like, I'm keeping an eye out for this. And then I had no idea.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. And it's a weird, creepy little action game with a possession mechanic. That's the hook. You do not control a single main character. You are a spiritual entity that can possess humans. So you possess them and you control the person that is convenient at that moment to do what you need to do.
Can't wait to play Geist on Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Selects, Andre.
That should... did you say Nintendo Selects instead of Nintendo Classics? Are you really out here saying Selects?
I guess I did. Oops.
What was Nintendo Selects? Was that Wii or was that...
I think that's what they changed it to on GameCube, and then they kept it there for a while.
See, I thought GameCube was still...
I think maybe they did change it to Selects on Wii.
Yeah, I feel like it was Selects on Wii. Anyway, you remember a couple years ago where they first showed this? Like, it could have been like a Summer Game Fest. I don't fucking remember where. It could have even been TGS, but I remember we both looked at it, Steve. Kevin was not interested. We both looked at this and we saw the combat and we were like, oh, this looks like Jank City, but it looks fun. This looks like the right kind of jank.
Well, I don't think you would go to a game where you possess everything for the fighting. You go in there for the possessing.
You definitely do go in there for the possessing. And that's really what... I don't want to say saves the game because that makes it sound like it'd be trash without it, but it'd be very, very much less interesting without it. But yeah, I was interested. It looked like, everyone's like, what in the name of PS2 is this? But like, I don't know, that jank-ass combat animation kind of got me interested. It seemed kind of different. We knew it wasn't going to be cookie cutter AAA bullshit at the very least. So I was like, sure, let's try it. And now here I am 6 months later trying it. So Slitterhead is directed by Keiichiro Toyama, who was the director and writer of the original Silent Hill, for anyone who doesn't know. Then he made the PS2 horror game Siren. Steve, you remember that one, Siren?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't like super obscure. I remember seeing it on the shelves. It wasn't obscure as like Rule of Rose or something, but like it was around, right?
What was Siren for?
PS2.
Okay, I don't remember that at all.
Okay. Yeah, and then after that he went on to do the Gravity Rush games.
Never heard of those. No, I'm just kidding. I know what those are.
Kevin is like voodoo doll stabbing you right now listening to this episode. So might I if I weren't on here, because Gravity Rush is great. But anyway, I think
it was also the only thing Vita kiosks had forever besides the welcome pack.
I mean, to be quite honest, like it might be the best game on the system. So it kind of good for them to do that, I guess. Probably should have been a launch game, but got to have that Uncharted, right? I guess.
More like unfarted. Oh, wait, I'll be nice.
Is that even an int? This guy is so unfarted.
Yeah, that makes it sound like he needs to see a doctor.
He's stopped up back there. But yeah, so Slitterhead remarks this director's return to, I wouldn't call it horror, but definitely something much more dark, something much more akin to Silent Hill than, Gravity Rush, shall we say. So I think the coolest thing, as you surmise, Steve, the coolest thing about the game is that they put you in the perspective of this unknown spirit possessing someone. Because think about how many games there are where you're a person and there's something or some spirit is talking to you and your character's freaked out and it's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on? Now you are that spirit. You're the one freaking everyone out. So that's fun. I love that bit of turnabout, sisters.
Well, what was that other game I was playing on this show around Halloween that you recommended that I got on PlayStation 4 for about $5 and was good but had issues?
Murdered Soul Suspect?
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, see, Murdered Soul Suspect is better than Slitterhead. So take that as you will, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hey. I like Murdered Soul Suspect for what it is. But I'll put it this way. That's actually a very good comparison because it's relatively the same kind of AA budget, or at least it feels like it. I don't know why. Did you think Soul Suspect was a piece of shit? I mean, I feel like we liked it about
I like
the same.
Soul Suspect, but I'm like, we could do better than this.
Well,
and here we are years later, and you're telling me we're not doing better than this.
No, I don't think Slitterhead is better than it. No, but it's still okay. Spoiler alert: it's worth buying. Pick it up for cheap, just like Murdered Soul Suspect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my recommendation. But I'll talk more about the game, I guess. So I really like the dialogue scenes too, because they play up the motif really well of this, you're possessing someone and listening in. I mean, they are talking to you. You're not just spying on them, but it's presented in this very weird style of overlapping camera angles and shit. And I don't know, other effects overlaid, weird, almost like you're looking through a tube TV. How in the old days where you put a camera up to a tube TV and it's freaky looking, kind of like that almost. That's the best way I could describe it. And it's really cool. And they have interesting stuff to say. You're possessed humans, because there are some humans that are much more attuned to the other side than other humans, which is just like real life. And those people really can hear you and you can really communicate with them. Most of the people you possess, they just kind of get dazed. It's like, huh, what was I doing? There's some people, though, when you possess them, they're like, ooh, who the fuck are you? And those are the quote unquote main characters, I guess.
Are you the Slitterhead?
Yes, you are indeed the Slitterhead.
Is that the Slitterhead? Am I the Soul Suspect? Ooh.
You fucking ass. So I really love the aesthetic here of Slitterhead. It's totally for me. It takes place in Hong Kong and it's always nighttime. There's neon signs, busy streets, and filthy back alleys, all that type of shit that I love, right? And you love too, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And you're infiltrating prostitute dens and your weird cults.
I would never infiltrate a prostitute den. You should tell me where those are so we don't infiltrate those.
Not even as a soul suspect?
No, you got to tell me exactly where they are so we never infiltrate those.
There was one part where you had to, in order to get into this one room, you had to possess one of their top Johns or whatever and goes sleep with her, and then she leaves or something has a smoke break, and then you can do what you need to do. And then later on, one of your main humans asks you about it, and you're just kind of well, I just did what I had to do. I mean, I wasn't really, I didn't enjoy it or anything. Which is I did not inhale, please.
What, are you dead down there? Technically.
I mean, that is a weird thought, right? If you are a spirit and you possess some dude's body to go bang some chick, and then how you're just renting a dick, I guess, at that point. I mean, it's a very strange thing to think about, I guess, but they didn't really go into it that much.
Yeah. I guess all the philosophical ramifications of that really weren't the point of Slitterhead.
I guess, but they didn't not touch on it. They did mention it for a second, which is something, I guess. But yeah, Steve, I know about a year ago, maybe you played Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
I played it when it came out, so we have both played the game, and I don't think Slitterhead is too far off from Ghostwire Tokyo in terms of like aesthetic. It's not raining all the time like Ghostwire is, where everything's wet and it's like Ray Trace City, which is why that game runs like crap. But it's like,
well, maybe if it wasn't fucking raining.
Yeah, just clean up that rain, everybody. I get it. You're trying to show off the graphics on PlayStation 5, and boy, they did, but it came at a cost. They did not fix that shit when it came to Series X. It just runs exactly the same. They didn't even try to clean it up. That game is like version 1.0 forever.
Well, big shakings and doings were going on with the studio, so
yeah, Tango was probably like, we just have to get this shit out. So I guess now we know what we know, right? But let's get to that combat, that jank-ass combat, the thing that stuck out to us when we first saw it. Yes, the combat is jank as hell. There's a dodge system and a parry system, but quite frankly, there's almost no need to engage with it because what's a lot more effective is you possessing a different person every 10 seconds or so. Because, like, here's a big monster. Oh, and you're frail, too. You can only take a few hits because you're just a regular basic bitch human. It's not like you're, Dante
empowering them when you possess them.
Yeah, exactly. You still have that frailty. So you really do need to switch humans frequently because, the monster's coming after that one, possess one behind him. And then, like, you're whacking on him while he's still whacking that other one. I don't know how the monsters know which one you're possessing instead of just going after all the humans, but video game, right? Let's not think too much about it. But yeah, it's fun. It's messy. It's weird and it's sloppy, but not in a... Usually sloppy is a pejorative. I don't even necessarily mean it that. It just feels like a big old melee. Here's a bunch of people. Oh, I'm going to zip here and there. Oh, I'm going to whack him a few times and possess someone else. It's strange, but I also can't say it's very super satisfying either. It's fine, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't control bad. It doesn't control nearly as stiff and jank as it looked in that initial trailer, but it's weird, man. I don't know. I wish I could describe it better than just coming on the air here and saying, well, guys, it's kind of fucky. But yeah, it's just a big old brawl, free for all until they die. That's kind of it.
You just hop from person to person until you run out of persons and then the game ends, or...
Yeah, you just kind of like, well, okay, so like the possession isn't just for combat, it's also for just traversal and stuff. And this is where the game lets me down the most, which is why Murdered Soul Suspect is better. I can't believe that's a touchstone for this fucking episode now, but it is. Structurally, Slitterhead just ain't it. Because, like, okay, Slitterhead is mission-based, right? You pick a mission on the map, you go to that one. So yeah, it's a big world. This is like one big level, but when you pick that mission, you're just kind of doing that thing. You're not running all over the entire place like you would in a Gravity Rush or a Murdered Soul Suspect or a Yakuza even, right? Like you kind of just pick that mission and you're in that section, almost like, what's a good example? Astral Chain, maybe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Kind of like that. So, that's not bad. It's not a bad way to do it. However, it doesn't work for Slitterhead because the possession mechanic is used in a number of puzzles and traversal stuff. So, like, if you're stuck in a jail cell, right? You're going to obviously, what are you going to do? You're going to possess the guard outside, so he'll unlock the jail cell, right? Or something like that. Or if you're trying to get across a rooftop, obviously you can't jump. You need to possess someone on the other side. Boom, you're over there, right? Stuff like that. Or, again, I said the thing with the prostitute, right? Possess the right John, get in the room, do your business that you did not enjoy at all. Absolutely not. And then go on your way.
Which would make them the wrong John.
I don't have a sound effect here to tell you to fuck off. All I have is lock it in, which is you don't deserve that. Does the hockey penalty box make a sound when you slam that door? Does the arena do a? It's been a long time since I've been to a hockey game.
Oh, I haven't been to one in ages either. I'm not
yeah.
ask.
I have no idea. Why you haven't? When's the last time you've been to Islanders?
College. That was 20-ish years ago.
Wow, dude. They probably didn't even play at the place they do now, do they?
They do not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say that place. I think that place is toast. Anyway, Slitterhead. Video games, everybody. Yeah, so you solve the puzzles with the guy. You possess different people to do the things that you need to do. Here's the problem. They hold your fucking hand every single step of the way. So the reason why the puzzle solving is not fun is because they do not let you puzzle solve. Anytime, every single time you're presented with an obstacle, they stop you and it's like, how do you suppose we get in there? Maybe we could do this. Instead of just letting you like figure it the fuck out, like giving you a little puzzle box to solve. And that sucks. Like
what? There's like a little Omo Chow ghost going, I don't know how we should solve the puzzle. Maybe if we do exactly how to solve the puzzle, we could solve the puzzle.
You went Omo Chow on my ass. Yeah, it's you know what? No, it's worse than Omo Chow because Omo Chow doesn't stop the game and talk to you. He just floats around and tells you stuff. This stops the game, which is my least favorite way of doing anything. So yeah, and it's like, again, compared to his previous project, Gravity Rush, that was kind of I obviously very hesitate to call it an open world game. It's a very small open world game. It's a very small world, but in Gravity Rush, you have a mission. You know what you're supposed to do. You just have to go out there and do it. And I think that he could have stood to reprise that structure for Slitterhead instead of making this very push forward, do this thing. Okay, now do this thing. They don't let you play and explore with the possession stuff, really, because they want you to do these very specific things with it. And full disclosure, I haven't beat the game yet, but like I've played a good 10 hours and they haven't let me do it yet. So I don't think they're going to let me. And even if they did, but like 3-5 hours in, that's still too late. Just let people explore the cool thing that you set up with the game. I get it. It's very hard to make like again, I'm not talking like Skyrim open world. I'm talking a very small, but even smaller than a Yakuza map, even smaller than that. Just sandbox to play in. And they don't let you do it, Steve.
Ghostwire Tokyo wasn't especially big. But that was still okay to play around in.
Yeah, that was okay to play around in. And I think, like, again, it could have been even smaller than that. I think Ghostwire Tokyo's surface area is much larger than what Slitterhead offers. And the hand-holding to me kind of betrays the concept a little bit because it's like, I think from this you would expect something weirder. Like Killer 7 kind of weird, or like something more out there, something more avant-garde, but no, it's a very like basic bitch kind of game structure with a lot of aesthetics that are not basic at all. So it's very strange that he chose to do this. Anyway, like I said, it's not a bad game at all. I'm glad I'm playing it. I will beat it. I'm enjoying myself. I just see the potential for this to have been much better than it is. But hey, like I said, for cheap, maybe not Murdered Soul Suspect dollars, because we all played that for like $5 or less. In fact, I paid nothing. Someone sent me theirs because they got it for $2.99 at Best Buy or something. But yeah, I'm not saying that. But if you see it if it comes on like PlayStation Plus Royale with Cheese, definitely play it. If you see it on Steam for $20, absolutely give it a go for sure.
Yeah, you sold it to me, but on the waiting game, I'm not gonna exactly be rushing for Slitterhead.
I'll send you mine. You can play mine. How about that?
Wait, you own a Slitterhead?
I own a Slitterhead on a Blu-ray disc for PlayStation 5.
Oh dear. Guys, I've been all over the fucking place the past few weeks. I'm trying to queue things up for other projects I'm doing. Hope you look forward to those whenever I do them, blah, blah, blah. But otherwise, there's been a fairly common thread in other things I've been playing. People, robots, anything else are getting shot in the fucking face.
You're shooting everything in the face?
Or, you know, they're just getting shot everywhere. That's unpleasant. Well, who wants to get shot? But, you know, things are getting shot in the face. This is the Steve Shoot Stuff in the Face special. If we had music for that, it would go here. But I guess we'll just have to live without.
No. You know I got something. Okay, give me a more announcery.
It's the Steve Shoots in the Face special.
Oh, come on. Please, energy, bitch. No! Never mind.
Anyway.
Now you don't get anything.
So I've been playing. I played through RoboCop finally. You don't need to tell me about I don't need to tell you people about RoboCop. Andre did that a while ago. You should be playing that already. I didn't pay $1. It's worth more than $1.
But tell me a little bit though. I mean, yeah, I did talk about it, but I want to hear your take.
It's the best RoboCop game ever. I mean, not that there was a tremendous bar in the first place. You ever played the NES version by Ocean? But
the only one I ever played was the Data East arcade game. That's it. Which was cool. The sound effects were insane.
I was going to say that has to be at least okay.
It was great. I mean, look, it was great for the time. I mean, I don't know if it's actually great, but like I said, the sounds were crazy. It's like they pulled them directly from the movie.
But I mean, after playing a lot of bad RoboCop games, including RoboCop versus Terminator on Super NES, which should be the best idea ever, and it wasn't. Holy crap! Everything is just so great about the game. The way he just deliberately moves and everything just reacts around him, or doesn't react around him. It's just great.
Yeah.
You'd think you'd get sick of hearing him walk around by the end of the game. You don't. It's great.
Yeah. You know what? I got to be real. I did not sprint in that game. It's weird if you hear his footsteps go too fast. I don't like it. You just got to walk.
It's so good.
It's really good. I talked about this when we did that episode, but the police station, man, that's like straight up walking around a movie set practically. Like now in Unreal Engine 5. That shit is crazy. It really helps that they got the police chief, his likeness.
Yeah. I thought it was wild that they made you do so much stuff in the police station. Like there's that very early quest where they're like, hey, we need you to get rid of these people at the desk. And then you really check people out at the desk.
Yeah. I guess you don't see, like, I guess you don't have to do those things. They just sort of like raise or lower his reputation, I guess. But like, it obviously the fact that they want you to do those things is very, do real deal serving the people stuff, not just like RoboCop shoots bad guys, is fun.
I mean, it would have been fine if it was just RoboCop shoots bad guys, but RoboCop protects and serves is, in the spirit of the movie, I feel.
Yeah.
Which, again, nothing else has really done before. Well, there was the first movie, but, we've seen RoboCop 2 and 3. We don't like them, but we've seen them.
Hey, I like RoboCop 2. I think RoboCop 2 is really good. 3 can fucking jump off a cliff and die. 2 is, I'm with it.
And the less we talk about the TV show, the better.
Oh, that was terrible. I remember that shit when it was on. That was really bad. I mean, I thought RoboCop 3 was already bad because it was PG-13, and then you have the TV show. Yikes.
And did you know that was also one of the many cartoons for, about a decidedly R-rated movie that got a children's cartoon from that time?
If this were back in the day, we'd have a John Wick cartoon. You know that? Like, yeah. That would be crazy, but it would be true. Anyway, I'm glad you liked RoboCop. What else did you shoot in the face?
I played some Warhammer Bolt Gun. It's one of the other PlayStation games we got for free this month. I won't tell you why. I'm sure you'll figure out why soon enough. But it's my first real interaction with a Warhammer thing. It's neat. It's a boomer shooter. You shoot possessed Marines, and monsters, I guess, and the real Warhammer fans can yell at me, but it's fun to play. I'm sure it's nothing representative of actual Warhammer, but I'm having fun with it.
Well, sneak preview for the people out there. Sometime this summer, we are going to air our episode where we watched all 15 episodes of the Amazon Prime show Secret Level. And there was a Warhammer episode of Secret Level. Was the game you played better than the Secret Level episode?
By tremendous bounds, yes.
Okay, good. Not that that's a high bar, but still.
But anyway, the real meat of Steve shoots and stuff in the face is, well, one of the games here is Vanquish. Now, I could already read Andre's thoughts from here because I've been recording things with him for a while. Steve, why are you playing this now and not in 2010 or 2020 when the good version dropped? That's because a while ago, after appearing on the Center Square, so I'm told, I don't watch the video versions of these things, on the SuperPod Super Show, I was finally cajoled into joining the SuperPod Discord. You know, where Thrak is and everyone else. You know, you might remember Thrak from our Bioshock series. Anyway.
And Sonic Superstars, he was on with me.
He was on for that one. I didn't listen to that one yet because I didn't play the game yet. Sorry, Thrak. And these days, I'm trying to be something of a team player. I didn't just join the Discord. I'm posting the pet pics. I'm churning ice cream on the food page. And now I joined their little game book club where this was the choice this month. I was also first to finish this game this month among the other people playing. So I also have to set up the poll for next month's game. I don't know what that game is yet for everyone listening out there, but I'm sure to be inclined to make some super choices.
Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. Hey, guys, you want to play Soul Blazer or Might and Magic 5?
They're gonna be shorter run times than that.
Okay.
I will be nice.
Sky Blazer? You should pick a Sony ImageSoft.
I'm gonna pick something a bit more accessible. Any things that are more accessible.
God.
Anyway,
Smart ball.
here's the thing about Vanquish, though. It's a very early platinum game. It's a lot of fucking fun. You're a guy in a metal suit that smokes cigarettes following around a bigger guy in a metal suit chomping cigars. And you're shooting the fuck out of robots and Russians in metal suits, and you're doing this for 5 big fucking levels. Watching a lot of fucking shit blow up until the game is over. And it's a lot of fun firing all these guns and trying to figure out how not to die. But it's also not pushing the envelope in 2025. The game is not bad at all, and I had a lot of fun playing it, but it doesn't make for a good podcast segment. So,
I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like I could talk about Vanquish for a solid hour if you had warned me. I mean, I could have.
So I'm going to move on to something more recent.
He doesn't care. He doesn't want to talk about Vanquish with me at all. You hear that, everybody? You just blew me the fuck off. Look, good God, man.
Look, a good chunk of the time I didn't even... There was a small chunk of the time I wasn't even sure how I died, so...
Yeah, that's Shinji Mikami for you, but...
Anyway, I'm going to talk about another game where I was shooting things in the face and stabbing things in the face and just lots of things going in the face. Mullet Madjack. It's a fairly recent game on Game Pass. And it might be the most Steve and Andre coded games aesthetically I've ever played.
What? Wow.
It's an 80s, 90s anime boomer shooter. With a twist. You have 10 seconds to live.
Did you say anime?
Yeah, it has a look. And it just feeds into it big time.
You have 10 seconds to live.
Yeah, there's a threadbare plot about needing to rescue an influencer princess from robot billionaires or something. Doesn't really matter. You're a guy in a mullet Madjack, because that's what we do around here. You know that. When we don't have a real name, we just call him the name of the game. He's Mullet Madjack. And you got to clear boomer shooter-esque floors real super fast or you die. But I need more time than that. Well, good fucking news. You get more time by killing the robot billionaires, and you get more time on top of that by killing them real stylishly by knocking them into the giant fans or the generators or powering them up or blowing them into a thing that just appeared in the room or jamming a knife in their face.
So do you get like a score when you do that? Is it like Bulletstorm where it's like you kick this guy off the bridge, you get like 1,000 points, but it's like time?
I think they are keeping a separate score on the bottom left for the 3 people that might care about that, but there's like seconds that are ticking up. Also, when you reach the ends of levels, which again aren't especially long, you get a choice of 3 bonuses that, sounds roguelike enough. You have a selection of, things that could be guns or things that might happen in levels or can even slightly extend your time ever so slightly. But that's the thing. The game knows what it is. It sounds like it's super easy to die, and you do. But, it's a satisfying loop. The levels are very linear, more than maze-like. You're not going to get lost here. It's definitely more... It's a very boomer shooter. Everything exploding a lot. And, I've already been around the perks. And again, one of the perks is like, hey, more explodey things around the level. The game knows what it's fucking doing. It's very dumb and it's very compelling. It's a lot of fun. I've got it installed in the computer. And that's kind of the thing. I'm kind of hoping there's a Switch 2 version coming because right now it's only on PC and Xbox. And I kind of want a portable version because it feels like the right kind of thing where like, I always want to go in, die a few times. I'm like, okay. And then try again later. Like, I don't want this tethered to the computer.
Someone's getting a Steam Deck for Christmas.
I don't need a Steam Deck that bad.
I mean, you say that, but
not for Mullet Madjack. Come
on. Well, I mean, you got to be better than me. Where the first thing I launched was like Hoonie Pop or something. So I'm sure.
Was that really the first game you launched?
I know no one's going to believe me when I say this, but I swear to God, it was by accident.
It was allegedly
it was by accident. I swear to Christ.
I remember now.
Yeah, I was just downloading a bunch of stuff to the Steam Deck. And I just so happened to. It's like, oh, I need to install that one. Oh, I already installed it. Oh shit, it's launching. I guess the first game I'm playing is Hoonie Pop. You gotta believe me. It's the truth.
I remember this now. That's right. It supposedly launched on its own.
Yeah. God, I'm telling you. Fine. Don't believe me. Okay. I'm sure you didn't probably pay enough attention, or maybe the game doesn't tell you in Mullet Madjack, but how did the robots become billionaires?
It's something that might come up later on, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those desolate future type things. It might be, a few 100 miles away from Bubblegum Crisis where there's these robot billionaires,
I guess.
Where it's going on, where the influencers are taking... Like that, that's the whole thing. The other part is like, okay, they're all watching you online and they have this sicko thing injected in your arm, and it's going to keep it pumping you up with adrenaline, and if you don't keep shooting these guys, you're going to die in 10 seconds.
Okay, how much time do you get when you kill one of them? Like a second, or
it tacks on a second? But again, if you knock them into like the environment, like, oh no, there's a big fan right there, or whatever, it's more time. Or if you knock them into a vending machine and you kick and you get a soda and you pop it right there, like, okay, the sponsors love that shit. That's a whole 10 seconds.
Oh, it's a blood sport thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing this for the robot billionaire's amusement.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. That is very me coded for sure. I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having fun with it. It's on Game Pass, but if you don't want Game Pass, it's $20. It's not gonna break the bank.
Okay, I might have to look that up on Steam. All right, we're gonna take a break, and then we'll be right back for our Mountain Dew Mango Rush taste test. Sit tight.
You're coasting with Fine Time.
All right, we're back. Mountain Dew Mango Rush in hand. So I guess we should set this up a little bit. Our friend of the show, Mr. Quest64 official on Blue Sky and I guess still on Twitter, he's a big Little Caesars aficionado, and he tipped us off to this new flavor they have that is exclusive to Little Caesars. This Mountain Dew Mango Rush. Only there. Just like Taco Bell only has Baja Blast, right? Or KFC. What's the KFC one? Honey something?
Oh, I don't know what the KFC one is now, but
yeah, I always see it, and because I don't really drink Mountain Dew. That's the thing. That's the whole reason why I wanted to do this. I don't typically like Mountain Dew, at least like the original Basic Bitch flavor. I've had a couple of other flavors, Steve, but I've never been much of a Mountain Dew drinker. Have you been?
For a time, but I remember it just being a little much after a while and backing off. I know I wasn't a big fan of the variants. Like I know a lot of people here love Baja Blast, and we're ready just treated it coming to stores as the second coming of Christ. But I'm like, no.
I have never tried Baja Blast. Never. Is that weird? I know it's been there for like 20 years. I have never tried it.
I don't know if that's weird or not. You never had it?
Yeah, not a single time. Because you know me, I'm a Pepsi. Okay, well, two things. One, I'm a Pepsi guy. Two, Taco Bell Pepsi is amazing. It's like McDonald's Sprite. Taco Bell Pepsi, there's something to it. It's so fucking good.
They haven't switched over to the pretend freestyle Pepsi thing at Taco Bell yet?
No, ours
I
still
don't go
has...
to Taco Bell too much these days.
Ours still has the regular ass fountain. But they have the one where it's like, from the 2000s, where it's like, if you want one of these 4 sodas, it comes out of this one. If you want one of these 4, it comes out of you know what I mean? Like the buttons. Yeah.
Those are the ones we got too.
But yeah, but the Pepsi at Taco Bell is godlike. So I just can't, I don't want to get away from it. But we are here to try this Mountain Dew Mango Rush because, look, I love mango flavored soda and I like Little Caesars. I mean, so it's like no big deal for me to order a pizza and a couple sodas. So it's been sitting here in the fridge getting cold for a while now.
Okay, here in New York, it was significantly more difficult to get to a Little Caesars and find the Mango Mountain Dew, I need to tell you.
Here in New York, folks, you hear that? Here in New York, he says.
There was I'm trying to be a team player. And I'm looking up the locations, and there was exactly one within an hour of here.
That's kind of obnoxious, actually. Jeez.
I got it, and I made 2 trips for it because, unbeknownst to me, when I was informed about it a month ago, this wasn't available yet. So this is the second time was my second attempt to get this, where I finally got it.
All right. Well, I ordered my usual deep dish, and I got the sodas and the breadsticks. By the way, don't feel bad that Kevin isn't here. He could not find Mango Rush in Canada. He tried. So he's not missing out. So this segment would have just been him sitting there being mad while we drink soda. So the fact that he's not here, don't feel bad for him. Do not cry for him, Argentina.
How many listeners we got in Argentina these days?
I'm not sure how much South America has ever shown up. I've seen some Chile every so often. That's about it. Maybe a couple of Peru's, little Peru here and there, but no Argentina. Argentina, if you're out there, let us know. All right, you ready to try this soda? Let's pop this open. All right.
Smells all right.
Yeah, it smells good. I hope that. Ooh, it does smell like mango. That's a good sign. All right, you ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. That's good.
Yeah, it tastes like more like an orange soda with a mango aftertaste. I'm not sure this is overly mango forward, though. I wouldn't necessarily call this a mango rush.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get it. There is other citrus in there. I feel a little lime. And I think you're right. There's some orange there. But I don't know. I wouldn't say this isn't mango forward. I'm going to have another sip. This is good.
Yeah, this might be the first soda I tried on here that I didn't pour down the toilet.
I thought you finished the... didn't we have some Oreo Coke? I thought you liked the Oreo Coke enough to finish. No? No? Okay. Maybe not. Didn't we have a bad Pepsi? We had the peach Pepsi was terrible. I didn't finish. I didn't even finish that. This is good, man. Yeah, I can get down with this. Like I said, I've never been a big Mountain Dew person. I've had Code Red a couple times. You know, I know people swear by that. I think Aaron of Super Pod Saga does. And I've had one of the Halo. Remember they had Halo flavors? Remember that shit?
Don't they still have Halo flavors?
I'm not sure, but I remember around Halo 3, they had like a Halo flavor. And it tasted like blue pixie sticks, but a soda. So it was good.
I feel like every time I'm in 7-Eleven, they got Halo and Doritos and Mountain Dew right next to each other.
They still do that? I thought that was so fucking passé by now. I would have figured, I don't know.
Now, here's the other problem I'm having. I'm reading the bottom here. With a blast of natural and artificial mango sweet heat flavor. I'm tasting
sweet heat.
Now, I'm tasting the sweet. I'm not denying that. I'm not tasting any heat.
Was this supposed to be a spicy soda?
I don't know what that's supposed to be like, but I'm not tasting any heat. Not that I really want heat from a soda, but
maybe they just mean like maybe they just mean like summer, like it's hot outside. It's good when it's during the heat. You're not buying it?
No, I'm not. People are paid way more than us to come up with this shit, Andre.
I don't know, man. I don't see anything on here that like denotes hot. By the way, I like that the little Caesar is like inside of a boat of mango. He's inside of a mango boat and he's like chomping on a piece of pizza.
Okay, regardless of anything else I think about these chain pizza companies, I think the Little Caesars guy is a very solid mascot design, I gotta say.
He's very good. He's very, very good. Have you ever seen the San Diego Padres swinging Friar? He's like swinging the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah. Yes, I've seen them.
All right. Okay. I thumbs up from us. Thumbs up from me. Yeah. Kevin, if you ever get to try this, definitely try it. Anyone out there? I don't know if I was actually okay. Full disclosure to the audience. I actually bought 2 of these because I was expecting this to be good. I had a good feeling about it, so I got 2 from Little Caesar. So now I can enjoy this one and have another one later. Go me in the past.
Oh, well, I don't think I'm going to rush back the very long distance to get another one, but
good pun.
I'm not I'm not going to mango rush.
Mango rush to Little Caesars.
For more, but I'm not regretting the trip I made. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, good stuff. Thank you, Little Caesars.
I didn't think we'd be back to this so soon, but it's another segment of What the fuck is Microsoft doing? Tariff edition. Because all video game news is tariffs now. Microsoft figured they needed to bring some of that energy here, announcing on May 1st that, effective immediately, consoles, games, and accessories will all be receiving price increases, with console prices in particular grazing 25% bumps. Upcoming Xbox published games getting $79.99 MSRPs, and the Xbox Elite controller hitting $200. What are we doing? What are they doing?
Steve, I think you need to say the big one in actual numbers. The Xbox Series X is going to be $600. $600 for a Series X. I can't believe the words I just said into this microphone.
But Andre, the Switch 2 with Mario Kart bundle is only $500.
No shit. You don't say, everybody, huh? Maybe, okay, do you want to start there with the Nintendo shit? Or actually, no, I don't. Okay, let me say this. Let me address you first, Microsoft. Because Steve, this has been the strangest console generation of all time, hasn't it? It's been weird.
Easily.
And that's for a lot of reasons, right? That you all know. But I don't think I ever had on my bingo card Microsoft raising the price of Series X by $100. A system nobody is buying. A system that they themselves devalued the hell out of with Game Pass and putting everything on PC. You made your own system worthless. You made your system have nothing to itself by design, and now you're going to jack it up. For who? Who's going to buy this? I can't imagine.
Because, when I'm shopping game consoles, I'm thinking, man, I love the idea of an Xbox, but it needs to cost more.
I'm gonna have another sip of Mango Rush. You say something. I'm sorry.
There were a handful of takes online saying Nintendo did this to us. They charged $500 for the Switch 2 and $80 for the Mario Kart World game, and they made this okay.
Oh, please.
But Andre just pointed out all this shit's on the shelves already. It's lining this shit at Walmarts and Targets across the country. And we're all eyeballing Switch 2, right? Everyone's looking at that, I would think, before they look at why would you think that's going to move the needle when don't you want to get this stuff out of here?
They're not. They're already losing shelf. Didn't Walmart kick out Xbox essentially? Didn't that happen a year ago?
Target was moving things out of a lot of stores around Christmas time.
So
at least out here.
God damn. By the way, and you're obviously saying it sarcastically because we both feel the same on this, but can people cut it the fuck out with the Nintendo ruined video game prices type of bullshit? Nobody made anybody do anything except their own greedy ass selves. At the risk of sounding like one of those Republicans right now who keeps talking maybe a little girl only needs 3 or 4 dolls instead of 17 or whatever they're saying about tariffs right now, all that bullshit that they can stuff up their own fucking ass. I am really sick of the attitude people have where they think they're allowed a certain price for video games. There are a million video games out there that are not $80. Go buy one of those. If you don't like the price, show them that you don't like the price by not buying it, and then they will fail. That's how all commerce works since the beginning of time. We wait for the price we feel is fair, and then we buy it. $80 games is the same shit. Steve, if Borderlands 4 comes out and it's $80, I'm not buying it. If Gran Turismo 8 comes out and it's $80, I'm not buying it. Right? I am buying Mario Kart World. Yes, I'm getting it as part of a bundle, but if I didn't, yes, I would buy that. That's one game. I'm not paying $80 for Mario Party. I'm not. I mean, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm not joking. I'm also not paying $80 for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it's not. It's $70. Right? So I just don't get it. I'm not sure why people can't just sit down and be like, well, I don't want to pay that, and then go among their merry way. They just feel entitled to this should be cheaper because I said so. That is not how any of these corporations learn their lesson.
Well, we already know they're not learning their lesson because earlier today, and it was mostly sound bites if we're being real, Sony came out and was like, we think we got to start learning about tariffs too. And maybe we'll start making Sony's PlayStation 5s in the USA soon because, those are things. Firstly, no one's doing that.
No one's doing that.
No one's fucking doing that.
We're never going to do that. We haven't done that our whole lives. I remember in the 90s when I was too young to understand why people were talking about China that way. Everyone was talking about overseas manufacturing back then. Even that was 30 years ago, man. It's never coming back. Not in our lifetime.
No. Although at the same time, I'm, for no particular reason at all, I'm remembering a very long time ago now, when the Wii U came out, that system Andre doesn't like to remember exists.
Nope.
That Christmas, and even the next one, where there were a bunch of PS3 and 360 bundles for all age groups that were just priced to fucking move if you were the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm remembering going to the store on occasion, like, not even then, like just any old time, where we're seeing a circular when they themselves just going, look, if you buy the system right fucking now, we'll give you last year's Madden and these other games we can't fucking move to save our lives.
Yeah.
My point being is that a lot's changed in this fucking decade.
Yeah.
It feels like. We're hoarding on to all this stuff that no one's taken.
Yeah, but they think like raising the price, they think like pricing us out of everything is going to fix it. Dude, it's just like the fast food industry the last few years, which we are very acquainted with because we're fat. Yeah. Like we've seen it the whole time. Everyone jacks all the prices to infinity. We stop going. They're diehard fans. Basically, we stop going, and then they learn like, hey guys, why don't you come back with these great deals? Yeah, the things we went to you for in the first place.
Because the diner is somehow cheaper than a Big Mac.
Yeah. I mean, good God, man. So the video games are going to learn their lesson too. There are going to be a lot of companies who are going to learn a hard lesson and find out they are not Nintendo. And they cannot charge $80 for their game. And Nintendo knows they're not Nintendo because they're only charging $80 for one game. That's what also pisses me off about this entire thing is that we know the prices of two Nintendo games, Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. One's $80 and one's $70. We don't know the price of anything else yet. We have no idea. And we're making all these assumptions about it.
I think Kirby is going to be $70, and I think that's the other thing too. It's like we sort of know what the upgrade path, the Switch 2 edition ones are sort of looking like. And it's like, you can't base it on that either, really. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's almost like they're going to do it on a game-by-game basis instead of a blanket price for everything, because that hasn't been viable in a while now. Guys, I fucking lied.
Uh-oh.
Video game news isn't all about tariffs.
What?
It's also about picking on the Switch 2 for stuff it didn't do yet. Basically, the latest edition of the end user license agreement, we'll call it the EULA for here out because, come on, I'm not a machine.
I always say EULA.
Yeah, we'll do that, the EULA.
Yeah.
Includes phrasing that if they detect pirated, modified, altered, or, just shit that shouldn't be there in terms of software from their end while it's connected to the network, they reserve the right to render your system unusable from their end.
Brick it.
Yeah. Andre, I got to level with you. This doesn't feel too terribly different from the past where, the back of the manual that no one ever read told you that pirating games was bad and against the intention of the machines and may have things not work right. Are the kids really out here hoping Nintendo goes, here you go, kids, please just modify our machine the way, however the fuck you want for only $450?
This is a weird one for me because what are you going to do with the Switch 2 that you modified that you can't do with any other system you already have, including the basic bitch Switch? Is it to play put MAME on there or something, or emulators? Yeah, you can do that with a Steam Deck. You can do that with a Switch already, right? Is it to play homebrew stuff? Well, you can do that already, right? What's the thing? Tell me what the thing is. Oh, you want to play Switch 2 games for free. That's what you want, isn't it? We all know it. That's the only reason why you would want to mod a Switch 2 at this interval. I mean, look, I always sound like a corporate slave or something when I say shit like this, but like, you just can't, like, they're just not going to let you do that. I don't know, like, if you do that to your system and you connect online, they catch you, you deserve what you get, in my opinion. Like, if you get caught, too fucking bad for you. You know they don't like that shit. How about mod something that, or run stuff that's, sketchy on something where they don't care, like a Steam Deck. If you want to do it on Switch too, you're playing fast and loose with it. So, sorry? Don't really have any sympathy.
I don't know. I think I'm just surrounded by children these days. Just feels like it anyway.
How?
Okay, you just gave me a rational response, but with all of them, it's like, no, I own this machine. They shouldn't be able to tell me what to do with it. I want to use this to create weapons of mass destruction and fire them at the White House.
I don't know why people can't understand that running stuff like that on their network and connected to the network is kind of not cool. You just can't do stuff like that. You can do whatever you want with your machine, but you can't connect to whoever's network you want unless you play by their rules. That's all there is to it.
I think it was, friend of the show, Adon, was online the other day saying that's the number one rule of modding your thing. Don't connect it to the fucking network.
Yeah, just don't do it. If you want to download stuff from the eShop, then guess what? Sorry. Like, they're not just going to let you do that shit. I don't know what the big deal is.
It doesn't sound like you were too interested in that anyway if you're going to mod it. Who said that? Anyway.
Well, you only want one thing if you're going to mod a Switch 2 right away. You only want one thing. So, no sympathy from me. So, Capcom had a financial report recently that said a whopping 90% of their video game sales are digital, Steve. 90%! Like, even in this day and age, that's a crazy-ass number. And even if you want to cut out the PC numbers, which are obviously entirely digital at this point, and obviously skewing this overall number, their console sales by themselves are 78% digital. That's nuts to me. So, I guess here's the question. While understanding that Capcom sales are not necessarily reflective of the industry as a whole, right? That's just Capcom. You still have to wonder, what's going to be the final number of this situation? Steve, like, what, when it's all said and done, maybe in the next, I don't know, by the end of this generation, where we're so well entrenched in the digital age where the people who are going to buy digital, the people who are only going to buy physical, and then there's people like me who occasionally have a disc here or there. So what do you think? What's the end game of these numbers? Is this about, have we plateaued already, or is this going to keep going more and more digital?
I think other things are getting more and more digital already. I know Switch 2 is already forcing our hand a bit because all the initial third-party offerings are offering the game key cards instead of actual game cards. I have mixed feelings about those. To be fair, I'm getting slightly increasingly digital on my own self. And what is myself if not a Capcom liker who likes physical products?
Do you have a physical Miles Edgeworth?
I do have a physical Miles Edgeworth. See, and that's the kind of thing I would like a physical for, but a good chunk of my other Capcom purchases are increasingly digital. And I'm not talking about where Mega Man Legacy sets had like halves of them on codes. Capcom gets generous with sales, especially the ones coming up in a month where we're like, yeah.
Maybe that's why they're so digital, though, huh? Because Capcom always has good sales. I mean, that's why I said they're not indicative of the industry as a whole.
But it's not just those. I mean, Monster Hunter Rise, that's a big, fancy online game that I didn't really want to fumble with a card for. So I bought that digital at launch on my Switch. All these fighting game collections. I already brought up Street Fighter 6 is launching on Switch 2 on a pretend game card. But even if it had a real one with all the updates and things, it's still due to get. I'm going to get a digital copy of that at launch. But those are things with heavy, well, not heavy, but, at least somewhat online components that I'd rather just, load on and not fumble around with game cards for. Things like, the more prestigious sounding titles like the Resident Evils and the Ace Attorneys. I still like getting a nice disc or game card for. Go figure. I'm just going to be me like that. But
something like Animal Crossing.
I bought that digitally because I knew, okay, I'm going to be playing this every day for a while. So,
and we did. Well, we didn't know we'd be stuck in our houses for months, but
even
we definitely did.
I mean, we all know there's going to be a Neo New Horizons coming to Switch 2, and I'm sure I'll buy that digitally too.
If they just make it 60 frames a second, I'm there. I'll upgrade. Just give me 60. Cure the pop in and give me 60. That's literally all I want.
Man, I don't know if I can do that. I feel like I played that game to death, but we'll see.
I mean, I'll at least, I'm not saying I'll get fully back into it, but at least I'll beat I'll do more Happy Home Designer or whatever it's called. I like doing that stuff.
Oh yeah, Happy Home Designer. Maybe I'll go back in and finish that. But
I did a number of. Oh man, I really enjoyed the ones where you, of course, because food, where you have to make a whole kitchen or dining room and shit.
Right.
Oh baby, sign me up. Great shit. Anyway, I get what you're saying. I was kind of like that at first too. Early in the PS4 era, I would buy all my games physical because the original basic bitch launch PS4 only had 500 gigs only, I say, right, which got filled up pretty quickly. So if this game's 50 and this game's 50 and this, it's just I only have some games on there and then I'm done. So then I started, I think, with Destiny. I got that digital. And then I just started really making the switch. I just started buying everything digital after that, mostly. But here's what I would love to know. So 78% digital for Capcom. So that's 22% physical. How many of those 22% of people are the diehard, annoying physical people? I will only buy things on a disc. Yeah. Is that 5%? Because I don't think that's very many people.
I don't think so either, because I was diehard physical, blah, blah, rah, rah, either. But even I was like, well, this game is only $5 if I get it digitally, and I'm not made of money, so bye.
Yeah. So I wonder, I would imagine most people are like me. We're mostly digital, 9 times out of 10. But hey, if I'm walking around Walmart and I see some game I want for $10, I'll get it. I don't need to have everything digital. So, and also I like getting gifts from people who send me games. So it's nice to have a physical way to do that. So really they should just bring back gifting, because Steam is the only way you can gift people stuff now.
I can't believe the original ass Wii was the only system I had that lets you just send a digital gift to somebody on your friend list.
You could send, before Sony got mad at Amazon, you could buy, or not just Amazon, but everyone, you could buy digital codes for PS4 games on Amazon and other places. And then Sony cracked way down on it. By 2018-19, you couldn't do it anymore. So if I wanted to give someone a digital gift of a game on PS4, you could do it that way. But obviously it's less convenient, right? Because at least on Steam, if they have the game already. So you're not getting them something. You already know what they have, and you can see their wish list. So get them something on their wish list, right? It's just so much easier to make that process completely on the shop itself.
I was going to say, I can buy Switch codes. I mean, I already went through my another code story however long ago where, the guy was like, we got your codes here. I'm like, yeah, thanks.
All right. But, I guess just to cap this off, it's what you were saying about the game key cards on Switch too, and the fact that I don't know, you buy a game like The Division 2 or what just came out, Doom of the Dark Ages, and like you put it in and you have to download a whole other 50 to 70 gigs. So like how physical is that game really? You know, like we're just way past this stuff, I think.
And guys, Switch was already kind of doing that anyway, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, I know Square did it for Rebirth for the novelty on 2 discs, right? Here's the data disc, and then here's the disc you play off of. Like, I get it, but they only did that just so that people can be like, oh, remember back in the day? They can also afford to do that.
Okay, well, I also only paid like $23 for my copy, so...
Yeah, but you played it months and months after, so... Hey, folks! Hey, doesn't that sound like a great idea? To pay $23 for a game that you want to play instead of $80? So maybe stop bitching about it and wait till it gets to a price you want.
It can be done!
All right, Steve, let's play a game before we get out of here, huh? It's just the two of us. So typically I would post this
I've never played a game before in my life.
Ever?
No.
Wow, dude. Okay, well, you're going to have fun. This is really, I mean, I'm really popping your cherry here. So you typically this is something we do with Kevin is here, and you guys kind of collaborate on like a Family Feud style, like name all the things on the list, right? This is just a list for you. Okay?
For me?
Just for you. All right? This is how, I know you never played games before, but this is how it works. So let's populate the board. Here's what I want you to do. And there's no time limit here, but just like if you were watching that show called Family Feud, which is totally not based off of, 3 strikes and you're out. Okay? Typically, if you and Kevin are here, I give you 2 strikes each. And since it's just you, I'm just going to give you 3.
All right.
And so I'm choosing this topic because Switch 2 is almost here. And that means Switch is going out the door. One of the best systems of all time. It's had a great run and it's sold a ton of software. And Nintendo had probably their last financials before Switch 2 comes out, and they updated their top sellers list as they usually do. So what I want you to do, Steve, I want to see how many of the top 20 best-selling Switch games of all time you can name. Okay, again, this is no time limit or anything. This is not the 45-second game. No need to sweat. So you can sit there and think, and I know you're going to get a number of these right away, obviously. So whenever you're ready, just start naming them.
Let's get number 1 out of the way. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's number 1, of course.
Okay, now we're going to start having a hard time.
The other 19, you have nary a clue.
Well, not nary a clue, but, you know.
Yep.
Now we have to think about it a little bit. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
There we go. That's number 2. Can you name them all in order? Can you keep doing that? You got
Probably
number 1, Mario Kart. Yeah, okay, come on. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons number 2. What's number 3? Come on.
Number 3. Oh, God.
Come on.
There's no fucking way. It's Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
That is not number 3, but obviously it's on here. Scarlet and Violet is number 6.
No, number 6, huh?
Yep.
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
That is number 7.
Oh, it beat it. Good for them.
Yeah, barely. They're just
way to boycott that, everybody. Wow.
I know. Wait, great boycott. Great, excellent boycott.
Yeah. Outsold the other one.
Great boycott on Harry Potter, everybody. That's only sold 30 million copies.
Oh. Oh my God,
Come on, basic bitch Nintendo shit.
Yeah, I know.
Come
Super
on.
Mario Odyssey.
Number 5.
Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Number 4.
Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Number 8. You still haven't got number 3.
And I'm probably not gonna.
Yeah, we have 1 through 8, except for 3.
I'm trying to remember the subtitle of what it is. It's oh god. We'll just move on. New Super Mario Brothers U.
I was gonna be an asshole. I hesitated there because I was gonna be an asshole and make you say deluxe. But yes, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. That's number 10.
Number 10. Jesus Christ.
Number 10. Yeah.
Oh boy. How many do I have so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8.
8.
You have like 8 of the top 10 here, except for 3 and 9. Then you got a bottom 10.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
That is on here somewhere. Let me find it. That is number 16.
All right.
At 14.8 million sold. Arceus. I was actually kind of surprised to see it on here. I didn't think it sold that much.
It was real hot for a time. I'm sure this Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
That's number 14 at 15 million sold.
Yeah, that just moves.
Yeah, that did. I mean, even I bought that. Like, I bought that one. So
I think they're still selling that somehow.
Yeah. I even had the Pokeball and everything. It was fun.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
It was fine.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Number 3. Number 3. Number 3 on the list is what, Steve?
Yeah. I want to say it's Mario Party. Super Mario Party?
Super Mario Party is number 9.
Okay.
So that's it. So you do have the top 10 now, except for 3.
Except for 3.
Yep.
It's, don't think to it. The third best selling Switch game.
I mean, you don't have to focus on it too hard. I'm sure you'll get around to it. I mean, there's plenty of other things to name on here.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Holy shit. We want number 3. We want number 3.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
That's number 3, buddy. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the top 10.
I only logged in a bazillion hours into it.
That's all. That's all. So you got what? Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 here. You have 8 more to go. 8 more. You know, you're doing it. You don't have any misses yet. You know, you got 12 of them.
That's what's scaring me. I think that's more scary than not having them.
I mean, come on, man.
I'm sure. I think this finally got shit. I think this finally got bumped off. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. What?
That's
that made it to 20?
That's on 15, buddy. 15.
I thought that got bumped off.
Nah, it's here. If you get all 20 of these without missing, I'm going to shit myself. I'm going to shit my pants on the air.
Oh, my fucking God.
Come on, you're doing great. Come on.
Switch Sports. What?
That's number 11.
That high?
Yeah, it's 16.2 million, dude. That's great. I mean, like, much to Kevin's surprise every time we talk about it, but
oh,
come on, dude. You're killing it right now. Everyone's rooting for you.
All one of you.
Oh, we have more than one listener.
Well, maybe. I mean, they're not listening to me do this right now. Splatoon 2.
19 on the list, buddy. So still hanging in there, Splatoon 2.
How many is that now?
Well, let's see how many you have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've named 15 of them?
What? Okay. Fuck.
You have 5 more. Come on, dude.
Super Mario 3D Land plus Bowser's Fury. What?
That's number 20. It's at the bottom of the list. Come on. You can do I believe. I believe you could name these all. Dude, okay, full disclosure, before we started this, I was like, if you get 15, I'm like, okay, that's pretty goddamn good.
I swear to God, I wasn't looking up any of this.
No, I believe, I mean, come on, man. You got this.
I mean, I'm going by things I heard in the past, but I wasn't even looking at these. Oh, fuck.
4 more, man. 4 more.
4 more.
I mean, looking at the ones that are left, I don't think any of them are out of reach for you. It's just a matter of, man. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll just say this: there's no third-party games here. Obviously, this is all.
I figured it wasn't going to be.
Yeah, this is all basic Nintendo bit shit.
Fuck it. What am I going to? How much of a loss can I really have at this point? Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
Yeah, that is not on here. I know that sold pretty damn good, but not quite
20.
enough to make. Yeah, not top 20. So, I mean, I'll give you this: 3D World plus Bowser's Fury sold 13.4 million. That's number 20. Think games that sold high. Above that. Yeah, think high.
Because there's already a bunch of things I'm saying that aren't that high.
Yeah. So no. I mean, obviously, no Mario Maker 2 or no
Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Yeah. Nothing that sold in the 5 to 10 million range is going to be here. Yeah. So. I believe in you.
I don't.
Come on. You only got 1 miss and you got, 4 more to go? Come on.
What else came out? Too many games. The Nintendo Switch has games.
They sure do. They sure does.
Splatoon 3. Nah.
It was like number 21 or 2. It was barely not there.
I know, it's like pushing.
Yeah, it was barely not there. That was a really good guess though, honestly. So hey. All right, look, man. You got 4 and you still have 1 miss left. May as well go for broke. Are you okay, Buster Wolf?
Mario Tennis Superstars.
Mario Tennis Aces?
Aces.
Yeah, Mario Tennis Aces, I think, only sold a couple million. Okay. That's the end of the game. Let me get out the red pen here and let me mark off the 4 that, hey, man, you got 16 out of 20. That's, again, I thought if you had gotten 15, that would have been fucking excellent, but you did better than that. So, here's the 4 that you were missing. At number 12, it's a 2D platformer. Very, very, very celebrated 2D platformer in the Nintendo library. That's not Mario U Deluxe, but maybe the evolution of that, because everyone was tired of that. We want a new 2D Mario, baby.
You mean Wonder sold that much?
Yeah. Wonder sold, what is it here? 16 million copies sold for Wonder.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I figured that was going to be like 21 or some shit.
Right below that is a Rona Classic at number 13. It wasn't just Animal Crossing. It was something else that caught on during the Rona for Switch. And everyone started buying it to get in shape. Ring Fit Adventure.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Ring Fit Adventure, number 13. And then number 17, for me, probably the biggest surprise hit of the whole Switch time period. It's one of the first things we talked about on our previous creative endeavor, because it just came out at that time on October 19. It had been like 10 years since the second one.
That was... What was it?
So it was Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 at 17.
Right. Fuck.
Yeah.
Then that's right. That keeps selling too. That's like Let's Go. It just keeps.
Yep.
That just keeps bumping up too.
You named one Mario Party. What's the other one?
It's not Jamboree. That's what they're calling the new one.
That's too new, obviously. Mario Party Superstars.
That's
at number 18 with 14 million. Dude, you fucking killed it. That's really good. 16 out of 20. Can't fuck with it. Honestly,
I keep forgetting Luigi's Mansion 3 is like the popular one now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I just never thought. Anyway, thanks for playing our game.
Whoa.
All right, want to get out of here? You done? You done with the video games?
Might as well.
All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Thank you, Little Caesars, for providing us with the Mountain Dew Mango Rush. Isn't that what people say when they have sponsors? Right?
Yeah, but we had to buy our own.
Oh, we had to buy our own. So thank you, Little Caesars, for letting us buy our own Mountain Dew Mango Rush. And check the description of this podcast to find our links on social media. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
You've been listening to